Hello everybody, welcome to W.K.R.H 12 Productions once again. My name's Keith. We're here for you for the best builds of that, or at least the builds that we have done in 2021. Don't have to be the best builds, but there's a few that I've grown fond of as we go along. Like I said, we're going to be telling you more of the vehicles as we go along. We're going by make and model of the vehicles. We figured that's the best way to sort them out and show them to you of the builds that we have done and be able to cover all the builds that we have done out of the hundreds that we have done, approximately 250 builds that we have done this year. It's a lot. And we're kind of saying approximately because we bought some as well. Yeah. And we didn't do any it didn't need any type of work done to it. But it is what it is. We still added to the found a way to we put it in inventory and added to the fleet. Now we're going to show you the Chevy Camaros builds that we have done in 2021. One of them is the what they call the HWPD, Hot Wheels PD. But we refurbished it, made into a made into the Monroe County Police Department. Believe it or not, we actually have a diorama county per se. We have a county with a series of dioramas set in around our house. It's all over our house in some capacity. That's why it's hard to show you one big shot of one city at one time. But we do have it, and we have a particular division where it's just Camaros. So it's just we call it the Camaro Division. For the Monroe County Police Department, Camaro Division. And then we have a contract services unit. We have other units as well. We'll talk about that later as we go along. But this is one of the units that we have. This is the Camaro unit. And you can still see some tampos still being, that's still in place from the previous design, from the Hot Wheels police car series. But we did everything else. We did the rest on everything else. We did the decals. Didn't tint the windows. We kind of like the blue tint. One of the few times we ever like the tint on these Hot Wheels cars and Matchbox cars, to some extent. But that's one of the versions of the Camaro police cars that we have. We also made a series of these. Like I say, we made a fleet of these. And most of the builds that we have done out of the 250 builds that we have done, most of them are fleet vehicles. So you're going to see, you're going to see a fleet of these, even though you're going to see one, and we're going to tell you we made a fleet of these. And that's where we got most of the 250 done. Some of it was commission work, some of them was work that we've done to just refurbish them and make them into some sort of unit other than a Hot Wheels Matchbox unit. No offense to them. They did a great job for us to buy them. And then we would refurbish them from there. This is another version of the police car unit, Camaro Police. Just to give you an idea of where we, what we've done. We didn't paint them all black, but I mean, we didn't paint them all black. This is one we did do by scratch. We did do from scratch because it was another color at the time, and we stripped it, painted, and just got that good shine to it. Looks good. Put decals all the way around. The main decals on the side, and everything, all the other decals we call accessory decals, definitely on there. It just has that muscular look for a police car. Kept everything else in the process. One more Camaro to show you from the Monroe County Police. And this is the blue one. We kept the color and we kept the color, and then we just tried to work around and did a workaround with everything else as we gussied it up to make it a Monroe County Police car. And there you go. Nice. Have a few Camaros to show you, so we won't So I want to speed it up a little bit. Give you some more vehicles to show you. All these are going to be Camaros in this video, so bear with me. The next one we're going to show you is the California Highway Patrol Camaro. It's a Hot Wheels. It's a Hot Wheels Camaro, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it's a Hot Wheels Camaro, if I'm not mistaken. Where all that was done where this was done this year as well. All we did was just all we did this year was just to put the light bar on it and put the Highway Patrol in the back, and we probably put the license plate on there too, and make sure it said California. Alright, let me see if we can get a zoom in on that. Yeah, a little bit of the Highway Patrol. We did the decal on the Highway Patrol, did a series of them. Made decals for a series of them, and then did the back so we could properly detail the front and the back. Something that we can detail the front and the back. Something that when you buy the Hot Wheels Matchbox vehicles, and we lit the blue up, we put some blue lights on the front. Excuse me. And I did some blue lights on the front, and as you can see, and kind of gussied it up a little bit to make it better than what it was when we bought it, when we first bought it at the store. So we put a light bar, did some detail work on it, and it looks, and then inventoried it and put it on the and then put it with the fleet with the rest of the California Highway Patrol. Even though it might not say California Highway, it looks good enough to be a California Highway Patrol vehicle. So that's all we did. We added it to the fleet, and we added it to the fleet in July of this year. The Camaros that we did in various months between May and July of 2021. So we did a fleet. We had about 20, because we have about 50 units of these Monroe County police cars. So that's what we did there. Also, what we did, let me see, Washington State Patrol. We have two versions of it. This is one of them. This is one of those Hot Wheel police car series that we converted into, did a complete refurbish and done it into the Washington State Police. Now, we didn't have a lot of Washington State Police for some reason. We quickly decided to change that. Added this one to it. Added this one to the fleet. Not too bad. Washington State Police doesn't have a lot of decals on them. So this is anybody that's really want to start a build or some semblance. Start and learn how to build, and we could do, just do a simple build. This is it. This is what I call a simple build. You don't just put a decal in there, one or two decals, just to make it look professional, give it that professional look, and then you detail the rest. The fronts, the backs, the back of it with the lights and stuff. Kind of holding the camera, so bear with me. I'm all over the place. And I got the lights on it as well. The front, the back, all the details, all the detail work is great, and it provides a lot of pop and attention to detail when you have it, when you're able to do the lights and stuff. It is great. This is a model that we've done this year, a build that we've done this year, and then this was almost a scratch build. We did it from scratch, stripped the paint and everything else, and added the decals and made it into part of the fleet in 2021. Let me see, I think it was October 2021. This one was done in December of 2021, even though this is an older model Camaro. This has the one, we managed to get this one. We did do a wheel swap on this. Excuse me, we did do a wheel swap on this, on the front tire, as it was a racing, thin drag racing tire that we had, and yeah, we don't like those thin tires. So we actually replaced it with a with a wider wheel, a wide base wheel. And that's why if you're counting, I don't know if you're keeping count of it, but you notice there's 6 spokes in the front, 5 spokes in the back. And it's there, don't care. But it works well because we got a wider base vehicle. It fits this vehicle without us having to grind the wheel wells to its bones just to fit a wheel in there that we want to fit in there. We managed to get one, managed to fit one, and managed to design this one into the Washington State Police. Washington State Police usually don't have anything in the back, but we put State Patrol in the back just for bits and giggles. We like to have something in the back. If they don't, we will. And this is one of their older, and this is decals that we kit bashed from one of their older decals that they have, that they do have the Washington, that they do have at least State Patrol in the back for some capacity. At least you know if you're coming up right up to them, they're gonna have it. But we did put a light bar on the top so it could be seen, and everything else that we made into police cars. These are the Camaros that we made into police cars, and like I said, this is the December 2021 model that we've done here, and everything else. Let's continue on, shall we? The Kentucky State Police is the next one. We did 2 versions of it, but we made several vehicles to add to the fleet as we went along. This is the Chevy Camaro that we also did from scratch and made it to the Kentucky State Police. Now the stripe might be a little bit wide, but it fits well with this Camaro that we've done. We painted it, put some decals on it, and it just looks gorgeous. Just looks gorgeous. Decals in the back a little bit. Touched it up. It was already a police car when we got it. Now we can make it, we was able to design it with all the decals on it and touched it up, detailed it. Got this done and got all these done in April of this year, 2021. So that's one of the versions. This is another version of the Kentucky State Police. Now, whether they have it in their fleet or not, it doesn't matter to me. I just make them as I see them. Make whatever comes to my mind. And this is another one. This is the concept version. It don't have to be anything in particular. This is just a concept version. They can make it. The units might make it into a recruit vehicle, and we'll see how it goes. But this is the one I made. Also made from scratch. Off the Camaro, stripped it, painted it, kept the bodies, and kept the body in as it was. It was a Hot Wheels police car, HWPD police car, and we did that. Put the decals all over the place. Put some lights on the light bar and give it some pop. And then did that here. Also on the back, I don't know if you can see it. It says purchase with seized seized money, yeah. Seized funds, purchase with seized funds and stuff. That's what it says. Believe me on that. And that's one of the designs there. And that was, like I said, that was done. All the Kentucky Camaros was done in April of 2021. Next one we did is the Vermont State Police. This one is the actually promoting Women's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But that's the design that we went with, to take part in. We've been doing units for either as commission or otherwise. We've been doing units for to promote certain things in the watch for some of the officers, but mostly breast cancer awareness vehicles we've been doing. We've been trying to get a few ready so we can have some to promote and use for the month of October to sell, to honor Women's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that's what we're shooting for, and did a great job with this. Don't worry about the numbers. We did put a number on number with the decals, but that's mainly for us. We wanted a unit. We wanted vehicles with the unit numbers on them. That's our, it's there. Don't care. But this is there for our purposes, for inventory and unit purposes, just to give it a unit number. It just feels right for me to give it a unit number and everything else. Yeah, zoom it in. We've done this build. And we did this build on, we did this build earlier this year. Even though in March, we did it in March of this year, even though Breast Cancer Awareness Month was in October. Like I said, we also did a series of builds for other units in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's why we started, and this is probably the first one we started off with, one of the first ones we started off with. Here's the Alaska State Police. Right here. Now, this is a green light version. Everything else was Hot Wheels to some extent, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, everything else was Hot Wheels. This is a green light version of the Alaska State Troopers. We just kind of got the decals in there. Now, it was already bought like this with the tampons in place, but it fit very, very well for what we was doing for the Alaska State Police or Alaska State Troopers. It looks good here. We just added the decals. It looks good. Yeah, I know about the weather and all that stuff, but like I said, I did what I felt was right, what felt good at this point in time. It felt good to make this into a police car, and it did a great job with the decals and stuff. So, yeah, it's there. Don't care. You don't like it, don't care. But it's there, and it looks real good. Looks real good as a car, and they can use it as a recruit vehicle if you want to look at it that way. And then for certain areas of Alaska, not all Alaska's going to be like hell freeze over type weather where you can't use these cars. They can't use it. They got heck, they have a Cadillac in their fleet. Why not? We're going to show you. We're going to show you that in later videos. Now the Alaska State Trooper vehicle, we made a pair of those. And we made one. Well, we made one in July, and we made one in July, and we made one again in November of this year. This is the South Carolina Highway Patrol. This is the last one of the fleet, of Camaro fleet that we've done in 2021. It's actually, we actually did this before, and we have a fleet of these vehicles where we did this earlier. But we did make a change in the decals that we made. It was a little thinner when we first did them. When we first installed them, they were a little thin. The decals was too thin, and we wanted to widen it. We wanted to widen the decal a little bit this way, and widen the decals. And we did. We widened the decal a little bit, and it has a much more realistic presentation to it, and it looks good. We did this, and once we did that, we refurbished its entire fleet. Its entire fleet was done this year as well. So that's where we get a lot of the builds from. We got a lot of fleet vehicles that we've done, and like I said, it doesn't have the unit number in the back of their real vehicles, in their real life vehicles, but we do that for our purposes and our purposes only. If you ask us to do custom work for you, and you want us to make, say, this unit, yeah, we'll make the unit. We won't put the unit numbers on there unless you request it, or it came with it, or it was, it comes with it. Yeah. Some units will have that. Will have that number. Usually on a bumper, or on the top, or the top, or it'll be someplace else. I'll install it then, and if it didn't come with a unit number on it, then if you request it, I'll add to it, and whatever number you have in mind at the time that you want me to type up, or just put it on there. That's how we install it. But here, right now, this is our vehicle, and it's not going to be sold. It's not going to be. We're not going to sell it that I know of. Not this one anyway. We usually make a new one for the customers. So that's it. That's all for the Camaros that we have done here. Thank you for watching our Camaro fleet builds of 2021. We'll give you more. We'll show you more as we go along, and throughout the other videos of what we've done, of the other builds that we've done in 2021 by make and model, and kind of explain to you a little bit. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff that YouTube wants you to do. But it's simple and it's free, so hey, you can go ahead and click it. Go ahead and click on it. And thank you for watching our videos. We will see you shortly with another video for more makes and models of 2021. Thanks for watching. W.K.R.H 12 Productions.